Hey everybody, it's me, Sven Sharpen here, bringing you day number 142 of Let's Talk About Autism. Before we get started, I'd love you to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below the video. It would help me out a lot, like tremendously. So in today's video, I'll be talking about how autistic kids are being abused by the school system. And this is a thing I've been talking about all throughout this series, if you've been watching a lot of the videos. But I never really talked about why this is happening. So to reiterate, autistic kids get like physically abused, verbally abused, they get locked in closets, objects thrown at them, sat on, all sorts of really criminal abuse that is happening to children. And I never mentioned why this is happening. So the reason this is happening is because schools think that autistic kids, this is based on what I think, I don't know that for sure, but schools will think that all autistic kids, or a lot of them, are going to be more dangerous to school staff, to non-autistic students, and to school property. And then they'll use that to justify abusing autistic kids. And any school staff can do this too. And it can happen without any warning. Like, you could just be minding your own business, and then next thing you know, they just come in and slam you to the ground. I've seen stuff like this happen. So this is obviously criminal and shouldn't be happening, and we got to do something about it, and we're going to investigate this. But there needs to be an alternative to this. Like, the reason all school staff are doing this is, again, because they think all autistic kids are going to be a danger to the school. And I think it's in, if there's any file system that instructs schools to do this, it's in that system. So, and what makes this even worse is there are actually violent kids that do commit acts of violence in schools that don't get that kind of treatment because they have legal protections that the left gave them that autistic kids just don't have. So an actually violent kid doesn't get punished this way for committing an act of violence, but an autistic kid can be abused in the way that I described for almost no reason, or maybe because they were upset at something, or maybe because they are experiencing an emotion more intensely. Like, it doesn't take a whole lot for that to happen, and there's video proof of this kind of thing happening, and it can happen to any one of us too. It doesn't need to be a dysfunctional nonverbal kid. It could be any autistic kid, no matter what the traits are, no matter how healthy or capable you are. And so if a child is acting up, well, first of all, don't abuse them, because all you're going to do is make it a lot worse. And kids will have this fight or flight mentality. If they think their life is in danger, and if you have a 300-pound adult sitting on a 100-pound child, then it's going to be life-threatening. And a kid is going to respond with either one of two things. They're going to try to leave, or they're going to fight back. And since flight isn't really an option in a closed room, they're going to fight back because they think their life is in danger. Now, I'm not in any way saying people should rise up against the schools in violent ways. That's not what I'm saying. Obviously, I don't think that's a good idea. But if a child feels like their life is in danger, of course they're going to fight back. But the alternative should be, if a child is acting up, then take them on an outside walk. I've had episodes of anger at school, and what helped me a lot was more calm conversations, as well as going outside for a quick walk to calm down. And once the child is calmed down, you tell them, why they were doing a certain thing. Like, find out what triggered the child and don't do it. And if it's something that has to be done, like if it's a thing that is very typical in school, then tell the child why this is the case, how they can better cope with it, and just how they can better tolerate the system. And you better tell the truth to them why certain things are the way they are, because if you lie to a child and they find out, then, well, you're going to have more emotional distress. And the mental health thing is just a really big thing, especially nowadays. So yeah, like, don't abuse kids if they're acting up, and don't assume that all autistic kids are going to act up. The best way to deal with an acting up child is to take them outside for a walk, calm them down in the best way you can, and explain to them what happened, explain to them what triggered them, like ask them what triggered them, and tell them why something is the way it is if that thing that triggered them is something that's inevitable. So yeah, there's obviously a better way to conduct this. But yeah, that was day 142. I'll see you on day 143. Thank you very much for watching this video, and goodbye.